Welcome back. This is a tutorial on how to create a project in V-Station, and this will allow you to quickly record and get going and get your projects organized from the beginning. So let's start here. We have our record panel that we use. So in order to create a project, to make sure everything's classified properly, we go into our project information screen, and here's where we can actually either go back to an existing project or add a new project. In this particular case, I'm showing here we started off with maybe using a conference application, and we'd have the name of the conference for this particular example. Then within that conference you might have various sessions. So for example, you could put in all the sessions that will be occurring. I just put in two here. One might be patient monitoring as a session. Within each session then you have various topics, and you can then decide which of the topics you want to record here. For example, if it's talking about blood pressure monitors, ECG, and so forth and so on. And you can add as you go along here during the conference more topics, but the main categories above that would be the various sessions. So now we can also put in different fields related to the conference. This would be applied to the conference, but the particular project could have its own set of information. So if we were looking at a different project, you would have different information in these fields. So let's go ahead. That would be how we would create a new project. If we wanted to add new here, we could put in, let's say there was going to be a different medics for 2021. We could put that name and fill out the fields, and then we've got that. So right now this project information screen is a way we can manage our projects for our application, and in later tutorials we'll come back and show you some of the features we can do once we have the project on. So I'm just going to go ahead and save that, and now the inputs are being reset here to accommodate the change that we have made for this project. So as you can see here, it will always have labeled in the left hand side whatever the conference that we're working on recording, in this case medics 2020, session, it might be patient monitoring, and then whatever the topic is. And we can move between topics that we want to record by just using the arrow keys here. So we're going to record the topic blood pressure monitors. We could move to that. If we had to come back, somebody wanted to talk more about the ECG, we can go back and then start our session there. So everything will be categorized according to how we've set it up here. We choose our camera angles. In this particular case, the various presenters here we have for this conference, and we can focus in on any particular one and then record that. The other cameras can be used, or the other feeds could be used. For example, let's say if we're doing something live here, we could actually with a live monitors, we can put the monitoring equipment into the other feeds, and then you can see that as we're going along. So once we're set up there, all we have to do then is just hit the record button, and we're ready to start recording from all angles the conference. If we want to be able to cut between camera angles and provide what we call a program out, then we could turn on our auto producer switcher. We could name the program. That's the default, patient monitors, and then we would then select which angle we want. In the screen here we actually have our program monitor. So right now we're setting it black screen, but if we wanted to fade in to let's say a title, we can do that, and then fade into a particular camera. and cut between cameras. And that way you can focus on your final program maybe that you want to distribute to your audience for later. But right now we have each of these channels being recorded, as well as the program out being recorded. So that gives you some idea of how to create a project and start the recording. Thank you.